You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right. So I appreciate everybody that is going to get this notification. Hopefully y'all get it. Y'all pull up. I have some breaking news for you guys, breaking news update for everybody. And I salute to all of y'all that's going to tap on in and join this stream, man. As we are going to bring y'all a big time update right now on Sean Diddy Combs. So hopefully if you guys get the notification, you guys will hit the like button, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm finna let y'all know what's going on. James, what up, boy? Salute to you, homie. See you holding it down, James. Keep doing your thing, man. Shout out to my boy James in the building. Know your boy Sports and News. You know what it is. So let me get right into this situation. And right before I say this, y'all, I want to salute the Tennessee Police Department. Again, I want to give a big salute to to Clarksville, Tennessee Police Department for what they did to this racist by the name of Chud the Builder, guy who's been running around here dishonoring and disrespecting black folks, and he is done. There came out some information, you guys, that he lied about his self-defense in the police affidavit. And now I talked about this on my other channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, y'all can go subscribe to my other channel. The name is Ticket TV Live Streams. I will put the links down there in the comment section or the description box after this video. But this guy lied. He came out after he shot an unarmed black man and said he did it in self-defense. But he normally records his videos. He's normally on live, but he didn't go live for that video. And I was telling everybody when it happened, I said, bro, he's got to be lying because he always goes live. He didn't go live for that video, but this big dummy, he forgot one thing, that it didn't matter that he didn't go live. His cameras all outside the courthouse. So outside of the Clarksville courthouse, the police have charged him with attempted murder, and he's facing the rest of his life in prison along with other charges, and he should have a hate crime charge put on there too. But that was because the police department got this piece of trash on tape. They got him on tape, and it's being reported on the news tonight, you guys, that on tape, the police are saying that he pulled a gun on the guy first before the guy attacked him. He lied, and everybody went along with his racist lies. And so they're reporting now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all hear that right before I let y'all know what's going on with Diddy. I'm gonna let y'all hear that. So this is what happened. Here's what happened right here. Let me play it.
We just got a hold of an arrest warrant for Dalton Etherly that reveals new details, including the name of the man that he got into an altercation with and is alleged to have shot, that he's facing this very serious charge of attempted murder. That other man has been identified by Montgomery County officials as Joshua Fox. We also got a narrative here within the affidavit. They gave a lot more details into what happened outside of that Montgomery County courthouse on Wednesday. Officers noted that they watched surveillance video, and in that video, they saw that this started out as a verbal fight, that Etherly turned toward Fox and then reached for his firearm, and then a physical fight ensued. Etherly, according to this affidavit, then shot Fox multiple times. Fox was then airlifted over to Vanderbilt Hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery. Now, Etherly live streamed himself, the interaction caught on audio, the interaction that he had with first responders shortly after he's alleged to have shot Fox.
He said, you start saying all that me, I'm gonna hit you. He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He's still wailing on me.
Now, in that live stream, Etherly says that he didn't start shooting until Fox started to beat up on him. But it's important to note that in the actual narrative of the affidavit, officers note that in the surveillance video that they witnessed, this never turned physical until Etherly pulled out his gun. Of course, we've reached out to his attorney for comment, but again, this is a live streamer who's made a name out of himself, out of essentially rage baiting, of saying vile content, of going up to people, especially minorities and black people, calling them the N-word, calling them chimps. So there's been a major backlash from the community about this individual.
He's done. He's going to prison for the rest of his natural life. This idiot got caught on tape, you guys. He didn't record it because he wanted to go get a body that day. He wanted to lay a black man down. And what happened was all these buffoons that went on the internet and believed his lie without seeing no video footage, they're done. They believe this piece of trash. And he got exposed. The cops have the actual video because this fool forgot that there's street cameras in front of the goddamn courthouse, and those street cameras recorded him, and he reached for his gun before this dude even attacked him. He's going to prison for the rest of his life. He's out of here. Now, let's get to this situation with Diddy. We've already known that Diddy is going, or has already been through a criminal trial, and now it seems like we all know Diddy have a ton of civil cases up, that's up for grabs right now, that's in the court system right now. Diddy has a big problem right now. Now, I came in here a couple weeks ago and I did that video and I told you guys of what happened with the sex worker by the name of Clayton Howard. Now, Clayton Howard came out and he made allegations against Diddy and against Cassie of sex trafficking and all these other things. In fact, Clayton Howard came out, and Clayton Howard, he had all kind of things to say about Diddy and Cassie. And this is what he said. He basically said that, Diddy and Cassie trafficked him across state lines for commercial sex acts and freak-offs, parties to satisfy their sexual fetishes and personal ambitions. Now, he was used as entertainment, he said, starting around 2009. He describes being manipulated, coerced, and drugged in a non-consensual or reluctant sexual activities, often filmed without full consent. He alleged that they drugged him to facilitate unprotected sex and participation. Cassie allegedly manipulated him into these acts, is what he said. Cassie allegedly forced herself onto him at times, described as sexual assault in some interview context from what he was saying. Also, he alleged that she demanded that he choked his chicken for hours while she filmed him, causing physical injury, tears in his skin, peeling and scabbing on his beefcake. He also alleged unprotected intercourse led him to contacting from her, and he claims that she knowingly exposed him to this and continued to do it afterwards. Also, he alleged that he impregnated Cassie, but she had an abortion without his knowledge or consent, and then resumed unprotected sex with him. He claims to have witnessed Diddy domestic violence and abuse towards Cassie and their toxic relationship. He also described Diddy's controlling behavior, bizarre voyeuristic acts like crawling to watch the encounters. In interviews, he has detailed limited direct sexual encounters with Diddy himself, but frames the overall environment as exploitative under Diddy's direction. He attributes the physical injury, psychological trauma, emotional distress, lost business opportunities that he had beyond. He had a construction background and other damages to the alleged exploitation. He claimed that federal prosecutors used part of his story, but ignored his allegations against Cassie. Now, he's given exclusive interviews and extensive interviews online to many creators, one of them being the legendary great Art of Dialogue, elaborating on these claims, including his role over multiple years, feeling of manipulation, criticism of both Diddy and Cassie, as he positioned himself as a victim who was trafficked, not just a participant. Now, when he put out those allegations that he was sex trafficked by Diddy and Cassie, Cassie came out and ethered his ass. I did a video about that 2 weeks ago. Cassie's lawyer immediately came out and revealed a private message that Clayton Howard sent to the husband of Cassie. Now, Clayton Howard, when Cassie filed the lawsuit against Diddy and came out public, this guy, he wrote Cassie's husband and basically told Cassie's husband that Cassie was a victim and that everything Cassie said about Diddy in that lawsuit was true and that he witnessed all these things. And also, he stated that it was Diddy, you understand what I'm saying? And that Cassie probably should have deserved more than what she got from Diddy for everything that he saw. So he basically exposed himself because he told Cassie's husband in that message that Cassie was a victim of Diddy. Well, Cassie's lawyers took that message and they used that And their response to Clayton Howard's claims of Cassie in that lawsuit, which completely exposed this guy as a liar. Because if you're coming out now telling everybody all these things about Cassie, well, why when Cassie dropped the lawsuit against Diddy, did you tell her husband that everything she said was true and that she was a victim of Diddy's? Well, here's the other side of that. Diddy is now ready to go to trial. According to reports, Diddy wants to go to trial over this. You guys can see the date. The date is today, May the 16th, 2026. I always got to put the dates on my articles because these clowns come in here trolling. So I'm anti-troll. I'm sucker free. So I put the date down there just so y'all can see that I was never capping. It's today's date. So let's get right to this. So article, hiphop.com, is basically reporting on the court filings and the paperwork that have now come out on this situation right here with Sean P. Diddy Combs. And it goes like this, and I'm going to read this article to you guys. Right? And let y'all know what's going on. So it says Diddy is behind bars at Fort Dix, but he's not backing down from a fight with one of his favorite freak-off workers. Diddy just filed a demand for a jury trial and a $20 million lawsuit that's been brought against him by Clayton Howard, the former male escort who says that Diddy and Cassie used him for sex and left him with nothing. His lawyers dropped the filing in a California federal court, and Diddy, his company CEO PCO LLC, and Bad Boy Entertainment LLC all want 12 regular people to hear his case. Howard has been going at Diddy and Cassie hard since he filed his suit back in July of 2025. Now, before I continue with this article, here's the irony of this. All of these dudes was running around YouTube, hey man, this dude said that Cassie was just as guilty. Yeah, you didn't hear them say a fucking word when they found out that Cassie exposed that ass and released that message that he sent her husband when she filed the lawsuit that said that everything Cassie said was true and that 100% that Diddy had got daggone manipulated and controlled her and did all those things that she said he did and that she deserved what she got and probably more from that lawsuit. They all got played, but you didn't hear any of them make retractions to their videos. That's not what they're going to do. They're not going to make retractions to those videos because they ain't cut right. She dropped evidence that the dude was lying. She dropped evidence of him saying himself that everything she said happened. It was true. Right? And they was even stupid enough to think, hey, man, they should let him go testify for Diddy. Man, they would have destroyed that dude on the stand, and Diddy would have probably got convicted. The luckiest thing that happened to Diddy in that trial is that they didn't put that boy on the stand. If they would have put Clayton Howard on the stand, Cassie's lawyers would have set him up big. They would have let him tell every lie in America, and then they would have put his message to Cassie's husband in front of his face, in front of the entire courtroom. And Diddy would have probably lost his case. The luckiest thing that Diddy did was just not call any witnesses. And Diddy's lawyers, in my opinion, had a hunch for them not having no defense and not calling no witnesses. Because everybody was like, why not just call him? Because he's going to do Cassie. Diddy's lawyers ain't stupid. They knew that dude was erratic. They knew he was on cap. So it was a wild card to try to put him on there. They're saying that he did that basically just to do it. Now, Clayton Howard, he gonna have his own, however he want to play it, but he's got a tough situation going on right now because Cassie and them exposed that ass. Oh, that's right, y'all. Cassie and them exposed Clayton Howard, y'all. When he came out and he said what he said, they exposed him to the entire world. They exposed his message. So all those allegations, all these people, remember how they did this the first time, y'all? How they slandered Cassie when she first came out with them allegations. And then they looked stupid as hell when the video came out. Then they just couldn't wait to slander her again when he was saying all this shit on the internet. And then when it was time for Cassie to respond in court, she dropped the ether napalm bomb and showed how this buster lied and basically wrote her husband something completely different. Think about what I'm saying to y'all right now. Just think about what it is I'm saying to everybody that's watching this video right now. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Oh yeah, that was in the paperwork, y'all. That was in the paperwork. In fact, it was so much in the paperwork. You know what I think I might just need to do right now? You guys, I might just need to put it on the screen just to remind y'all. Just as a small reminder, not a big reminder, a small reminder of what he said. Because it's going to be him versus Diddy in that courtroom. I believe Cassie's name is going to be dismissed based off of the evidence that Cassie provided. And the fact that he did that right there within itself and Cassie's entire filing against him was the ether napalm bomb dropped on him. Where God don't like ugly. You just can't come out lying and saying anything you want to say. I heard you guys demonize Gene Deal when he was telling y'all that Cassie was a victim. You was demonizing anybody that said that Cassie was a victim. A lot of you guys was demonizing that because y'all just, this is what y'all do. Y'all gang up on people and shit like that, right? You're degenerates. You're scum. You have no ethics. You have no morals. You have no honor. You just want so bad for it to be more than what it is, and that's just not how it's gonna be. That's not how it's gonna go. It's not gonna go that way. It's gonna go the other way. It's not gonna go that way. It's gonna go the other way, Playboy. The other way, the way y'all don't want it to go, right? So Buster Boy got exposed, right? And put on Front Street in front of the world. And I'm gonna say it again. Think about this, y'all. Ask yourself, why did nobody come back and make a retraction when they found out and they saw that message where he admitted that everything Cassie was saying in her lawsuit against Diddy was true? Ask yourself this question and think about what I'm saying to you. Why did nobody make retractions? Why didn't they come out and say, hey, man, you know what, man? Hey, I was wrong, bro. What I put there, man, that wasn't right, man. That was wrong. I shouldn't have did that shit. You know why they didn't do it, y'all? Because they ain't got no honor. They ain't got no morals or dignity or respect on their name to do it. They wanted to tear her down. They wanted that to be what it was. But y'all know how I get down, man. Y'all know how I get down. Ticket don't miss, man. I just don't miss. So, since you might have forgot, I'll pull it up for you. There it is right there, y'all. Clayton Howard. And Cassie exposed that nigga in court filings. Right? And now Diddy has to probably go to trial with this nigga. Now read on your screen what it says right there. This is the message that Clayton sent to Cassie's husband. It's over with. Read it, y'all. This is gonna be weird, but it's something I've wanted to do for years. as I live with my own guilt and regrets. I know your wife's truth is 100% valid, as I'm sure you did as well. I would have come forward, and I'm glad she got some form of justice. I personally saw that guy do a lot of shit that was super not cool. A lot of what I saw really bothered me because I know homie effed up. But I knew she was in love and wouldn't leave despite being beaten up and punched in the chest in hotel rooms, choked and forced into shit I don't want to embarrass anyone with. I'm damn happy you saved her. You were in the right place when she was finally strong enough to leave. Blessings. I tried to reach out when I heard about her suit because I know of the situation intimately for almost 8 years. I'm glad she got something probably not near what she deserves. What she deserves. But if she's happy, that's all that matters. Best to you and your family. I really want her to know. Please tell her Clayton says he's happy she made it out. Where's all these weasel ass niggas that was hating and capping and lying? Because they were saying, oh, see, hey, this nigga said that Cassie guilty too. And then when he get exposed and they show the message that he sent this girl's husband when she came up with all them allegations and he got exposed and put that shit in the court papers, everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. He got exposed. Put that shit right in the court papers. Right in the court papers. And Cassie's team or lawyers exposed that ass. Straight up. So now, since Cassie destroyed this dude, she's probably going to get out of that. Easy work. Now it's only going to be Diddy. And remember, his message to Cassie, husband, put all the blame on Diddy. Meanwhile, he came out here and went on podcast and came out here and told y'all, it was Cassie. It was Cassie. Cassie ain't innocent. But that's not what you said behind the scenes, brother man. You done, son. See, niggas don't want to believe the truth. You got to pop out and show niggas. You understand what I'm saying? You got to pop out and show niggas. And no, this ain't simping, nigga. This is standing on business and keeping that shit 100 regardless of what it is. Have some fucking honor and dignity. If Cassie was wrong, I'll cook her ass 3 the hard way. But even the man who slandered her publicly privately said she was telling the truth about everything. That was in the court filings. Read it and weep. So now we turn to Diddy. Now, Diddy is one-on-one, it seems like, with Clayton Howard, the sex worker. And now it seems like he's going to have to go to court, the civil trial, against this guy. And Diddy is now demanding that. He wants to go to trial against this guy. And the bad part is, for Diddy, here's the bad part for Diddy, is that he wrote Cassie, husband, that letter. That's the bad part. See, that's the part where you expose shit, is that he wrote Cassie, husband, that letter. And the fact that he wrote Cassie, husband, that letter, saying that it was Diddy. Now when Diddy goes to court, Clayton Howard's going to have to make a decision. Do you want your payday? Or are you going to keep this thing up saying and just drop all the claims altogether against Diddy? They're going to have to go to court. Diddy wants the trial. He wants the jury trial. He's filed the paperwork. His lawyers have filed the paperwork. They want to go to trial. So this case is probably going to go to trial. And this is going to be the craziest thing ever, because here's the thing, y'all. This can open up criminal again. Because remember, even though Clayton Howard was one of the sex workers, he wasn't one of the accused in the case as far as allegations. So this may be a situation where this could turn into a whole nother trial for Diddy if Clayton Howard pulls out enough evidence in a civil trial to prove he was sex trafficked. Because remember, Diddy was only on trial, and it would not be double jeopardy, because Diddy was only on trial against the 3 people. He only had the 2 sex trafficking charges and the Mann Act charges and the RICO charges. Remember, his sex trafficking trials were against Jane Doe and Cassie. It wasn't against this sex worker. They get to that civil trial. And Clayton Howard pulls out evidence that he was sex trafficked. They could run that shit back, but with other players. It wouldn't be double jeopardy. Now it would be sex workers. But that would have to be a situation where they went to trial. Clayton Howard would have to pull out all his evidence to prove that he was sex trafficked, right? By Sean Diddy Combs. He would have to pull that out and prove that in this civil trial. And that could prompt him, right, to bring back more charges and go for round 2 in federal court. And before you say no, you might want to say yes, because I'm not lying and I ain't capping. So this situation might get ran all the way back again, depending on if this even gets to. Now, Diddy would have to go into court, and remember, in civil court is different than criminal court. In civil court, he just had to prove that Diddy was liable. In criminal court, beyond a reasonable doubt. Think about what I just said. So, what happens? Think about what I'm saying to y'all. He claims that he was sex trafficked. Can he prove that Diddy sex trafficked him? Can he prove that? That's going to be the big question. Can he prove that Diddy moved him across state lines? Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to tell y'all the truth. He's such a shaky person, I don't think that the feds will want to bring up a case on him against Diddy. I think that they would just let the states handle, if that's going to happen, the Jonathan Hay case. Jonathan Hay recently came out and said he hopes that they come with charges soon in the state of California against Diddy. He's got allegations against him too, but that's a state case, right? So we'll have to see if the LAPD or the LA Sheriff's Department comes out with charges against Diddy. Also, what's disappeared in all of this is people have forgot they haven't even given y'all a response on Diddy's appeal. Diddy's appeal was almost over a month ago. You haven't got no response. Didn't I tell y'all it was going to take a long time for them to get that response? They wasn't just going to come back. That's not how they work in those courts. In those courts, they take a long time to come back with a response. Sometimes it could take 3 to 6 months for you to get a response. Right? So remember that too. Diddy still haven't got a response on his appeal for what he's locked up for right now. Some diabolical things going on around here. But I'm of the impression that Diddy he's not going to pay this guy that money. He's not going to pay this guy that money. Diddy would rather go to court. And this is a guy that I think that, if I'm being honest with y'all, unless the feds knew they had a slam dunk case, I don't think they would pick this case up if it goes to civil trial and Clayton wins or he gets enough information. I don't think the feds will pick it up unless they got a slam dunk, unless they just have enough evidence to get a conviction without no question. Because I think that this guy is so shaky. You using him to bring a case against Diddy and all the things he said, they could tear up his character, from all the interviews he's done to the things he said to Cassie's husband behind the scenes. It's just too much. It's too much to, and I think that they're going to go at these aspects too, but it's too much to go at his character on. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a situation where, you have to think, hey, man, is it worth the risk of us going back to this again? But the feds have proven that they will go back round 2, round 3, round 4. They'll go back. If they really want you, they'll go back as many times as they take. They got to get you how they want to get you. They've proven that before. So we'll see how this thing works out, man. Diddy is being reported he wants a jury trial. He wants a trial over these claims. Right? Think about that right now. Think about that right now, man. So we'll see what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that Clayton deserves to give his response to that message to Cassie's husband and explain why he allegedly wrote in this message that Cassie was telling the full truth and that Diddy was the one to blame. Why would he say that and then to her husband and then come on the interviews and then go out and then say something different to everybody else? Make it make sense. That's just food for thought, man. Food for thought, you guys. Y'all do the dishes. Y'all do the dishes, right? So, yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all feel in the comments, man. Y'all know what it is.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.